Hello and welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to a weekend preview, a much longer weekend preview today. I'm going to review all of the action from midweek as well, as I didn't quite get around to doing it. And starting off with Sheffield United 1, Newcastle 0. Yes, Sheffield United finally claiming their first win of the season. Ryan Fraser stupidly getting sent off in the 45th minute, allowing Billy Sharp to eventually get the winner from the spot in the 73rd minute. Crucial win for Sheffield United, and they probably did deserve it, and that just gives them that glimmer of hope. Burnley 0, Manchester United 1 was the score at Turf Moor. Burnley really tough to break down, of course, but I did think they deserved it here. They were really good here. Manchester United were patient, stuck at it, and in recent seasons I'm not sure if they would have won it here, but Paul Pogba producing a moment of brilliance to seal the win for United, and that is a big win for them, and that will give them loads of confidence. Wolves 1, Everton 2 was the score at Molineux. Ruben Neves with the goal in the 14th minute after Alex Iwobi put Everton in front in the 6th minute. A header from Michael Keane in the 77th minute sealed a really crucial win for Everton, and I think they probably did get a bit lucky here. Wolves probably the slightly better side, but they're really struggling for results at the moment, and pressure has got to be building on them because they're not having a very good season really at the moment, it has to be said. Manchester City 1, Brighton 0 was the score on Wednesday. Phil Foden was a goal just before half time, and Raheem Sterling skying a penalty in second half stoppage time, but overall it's a really comfortable win for Man City. Brighton never really looked like scoring. Man City dominant, and they're just really back to their best at the moment, playing some lovely stuff, and I think they're probably my favourites to win the title at the moment with the way that they're playing. Tottenham 1, Fulham 1 was the score at Tottenham's new ground. Harry Kane with a goal in the 25th minute, and you thought Tottenham would go on for an easy victory, but no. Cavallero equalised in the 74th minute, where at some point Fulham draw merchants at the moment, but Tottenham, they'll be really disappointed. They've got to start seeing games out, because this has really been their downfall so far this season. They've lost so many points from winning positions, it's got to change. Arsenal 0, Crystal Palace 0 was the score at the Emirates on Thursday, and this was a really poor game. Neither side looked like scoring at all, and it was quite an even game, to be honest. Crystal Palace I was quite impressed with. They came to the Emirates, a tough place to go, even though Arsenal's recent form, and they did a really good job, so I think they'll be pleased with that. But Arsenal, I know they have been on a winning streak recently, but they were just back to their worst here. They put in a really poor display. Moving on to the weekend's action now, and a crazy game in a Black Country derby. Wolves 2, West Brom 3. Matheus Pereira put West Brom in front in the 8th minute before goals from Fabio Silva and Willy Boly just before half time gave Wolves a lead, and suddenly in the space of 4 minutes Ajayi and Pereira gave West Brom another lead, and they defended really well. Wolves definitely had the better of the play, but what a crucial win that is for West Brom, and it just gives Sam Allardyce's side that glimmer of hope. It finished Leeds 0, Brighton 1 at Ellen Road. A really good goal from Brighton sealed the win here, and they were outstanding here, really playing with the potential that they know they can. Neil Maupay in the 17th minute. Really deserved. Brighton's been unlucky recently, so hopefully this is a kick in that we really need to kick on for a little bit, and hopefully build on this. As for Leeds, it's just not really going for plan at the moment, to be honest. It finished West Ham 1, Burnley 0 at London Stadium. Mikel Antonio getting the early goal here, and that was enough to seal the win. Burnley did have a few good chances. They kind of were in the game in the first half, not as much in the second half. But yeah, still a really good win for West Ham, and what a job David Moyes is doing. He's got them into the top 8 as of Saturday night. I don't know where they are on Sunday, but yeah, a really solid result for West Ham. It finished Fulham 0, Chelsea 1 in Craven Cottage in a London derby. Fulham were doing really well before Anthony Robertson got sent off for a really stupid tackle. I'm not sure whether it's a red, but it's a needless challenge to make. Chelsea were patient and eventually got their reward through Mason Mount in the 78th minute, seeming a really crucial win for them, and hoping that's just that little bit of momentum Frank Lampard needed to kick on his Chelsea side. Fulham, they'll be gutted really, because they could have got something out of this. Leicester 2, Southampton 0 was the score at the King Power. James Maddison with a goal in the 37th minute, and Harvey Barnes in the 95th minute, sealing a win for Leicester, and they were really good here. They deserved the win. So yeah, Southampton, not a great display from them. But yeah, Leicester was always going to be a tough place to come, really. So I don't think you can fault them too much. Yeah, Leicester were really impressive here. It simply has to be said. Sheffield United 1, Tottenham 3 was the goal scoreline at Bramall Lane. David McGoldrick in the 59th minute for Sheffield United, but Serge Aurier, Harry Kane and Tanguy Ndombele with a great goal, seeing a comfortable win. Sheffield United actually got more shots off than Tottenham, but Tottenham of course much more effective, and this was a really solid win for them. Nice to see them hold out a lead for once, and hope they can kick on here and make it a four-way battle for the title. That'd be nice. Liverpool 0, Manchester United was the score at Anfield in a game that was so hyped up, and well, you just knew this was going to happen, didn't you? Top 6 derby ending in a goalless draw. Who'd have thought that? Certainly not me. I swear it happens every year. We build these sorts of games up. Liverpool v Man City in a few weeks, you can guarantee will end the same way. Build these games up just for them to be, well, pretty crap. So I don't think I'll build these games up anymore, to be honest. Manchester City 4, Crystal Palace 0 was the score at the Etihad. John Stones were a brace. These were apparently his first league goals for Manchester City, which I couldn't quite believe. Ilkay Gundogan and Raheem Sterling with the goals for Manchester City. A really comfortable win, and like I said earlier, they're just getting right back to their best here, and they look really, really impressive. So this is big. Crystal Palace, though, not a shot on target. Really, really poor, and I do worry for them, to be honest. Finished Arsenal 3, Newcastle 0 at the Emirates on Monday night. Quiet first half before Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Bukayo Saka and Aubameyang again sealed a really comfortable win for Arsenal, and they were back to their best here. And this win lifts them into 10th in the table, definitely getting back on track after a tough start. As for Newcastle, 15th, another poor result, and the pressure is definitely growing on Steve Bruce. Bournemouth 1, Millwall 1 was the score at the Vitality. Dominic Solanke with a goal in the 45th +1 to give Bournemouth the lead right on a strike of half time, before Matt Smith in the 79th minute gave Millwall a deserved point. They were really well out here. 9 more shots than Bournemouth, 4 more on target. So they were really effective, and this was a big result on Gary Rowett because pressure was starting to build on him, so getting a point at Bournemouth had a big influence on it. But anyway, moving on, Luton 0, QPR 2. Charlie Austin on his return to QPR, getting a goal in the 39th minute. And Macaulay Bonne, who's been getting a fair bit of criticism recently, got a goal in the 89th minute to seal a really big win for QPR. Just give them a bit of breathing space because they were in free fall before this result. So that was huge for them. Luton will be really, really disappointed. I think they would have seen this as a game which they really could have targeted to get a result in, to be honest. Moving on to the weekend action now. Middlesbrough 0, Birmingham 1 kicks off the weekend on the lunchtime game. Birmingham, they were excellent here. Middlesbrough have obviously been influenced massively by COVID cases, and some of their players only had a day training, and you could see really, really shocking defending from a Warnock side to give Scott Hogan a tap in the first half. And Middlesbrough didn't really create too much except for that, really. It was really disappointing for them in the playoff race. Watford 2, Huddersfield 0 is a game that I'm not going to do next. Sorry, bugged that up. Blackburn 1, Stoke 1 was the score. Blackburn went behind in the first half, and they were being totally outplayed before they did get the equaliser, and Stoke then had a man sent off. I think it probably was a red, James Chester. So yeah, Blackburn pushed for the winner, but they just couldn't find it, and Stoke's defence maintained it. Bournemouth 0, Luton 1 was the score at the Vitality, and what a result this was for Luton. Just don't get me started on the Jefferson Lerma red card. It was never a red card in a million years, and it will be 1000% overturned. But anyway, moving on. Dewsbury Hoyle in the 67th minute gave Luton an incredible win, and what a result that is for them. But as for Bournemouth, refereeing decisions could cost them promotion, simple as. But anyway, moving on. Bristol City 2, Preston 0 at Ashton Gate. Bristol City were outstanding here. Preston picked up a bit in the second half, but they just couldn't handle Bristol City. Famara Deju and Zach Viner with the goals, and if they continue this form, then there's no reason why they can't challenge for a playoff place, because they were outstanding here. Preston 2 losses on the trot now after 3 wins on the trot, just sums up their season. Cardiff 1, Norwich 2 was the score at Cardiff City Stadium. Grant Hanley and Tom Camwell got Norwich off to a flyer, and they were playing some beautiful football. Joe Rawls did get one back in the 65th minute, but all their hopes were pretty much dashed in the 70th minute when Marlon Pack stupidly got himself sent off to cost them the game, really, because to be honest, I did think they were going to get an equaliser, but it just wanted to be handing Norwich an even better position in the table. Derby 0, Rotherham 1 was the score at Pride Park. No, it won't get as much attention as the Lerma red card, but Rotherham had a goal that was clearly onside, disallowed. Championship referee never ceases to amaze me. But they did get the reward because they were outstanding here on Wayne Rooney's big day. Jamie Lindsley right at the death, 86th minute, giving Rotherham a deserved win, and what a huge win that is in a relegation battle. Forest 3, Millwall 1 was the score at the City grounds. Forest goals coming through Sammy Amiobi and Ryan Yates. Ben Thompson pulled one back for Millwall at 3-0, but it was too little too late, and after such a great result from Millwall in midweek, they'll be really disappointed with this. Forest though finally starting to find some fuel under Chris Hughton, and definitely pulling away from that relegation battle at quite a fast rate now, it has to be said. Watford 2, Huddersfield 0 was the score at Vicarage Road. Tom Cleverley and João Pedro with the goals. The first goal, I have no idea what Schofield was doing, but he has done well recently. He is still young, so hopefully we'll just let him off there. Just that's a concentration between the defence. And João Pedro with a great goal for Watford, and they're starting to find some form under Xisco Munoz. So I think it could be an exciting second half of the season for them. Swansea 2, Barnsley 0 was the score at Oakwell. Ben Cabano right before half-time and Jamal Lowe right after half-time, seeing a really good win for Swansea. Barnsley played excellent in the first half, dipped off a bit in the second, but to be honest, there's enough there to think that they could still challenge for the playoffs. Swansea in second, they just look absolutely outstanding at the moment, at the back especially. But anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily football news, and subscribe to my channel on the screen right now, that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching, peace.